Chevy Bolt electric car. What up, YouTube? It's your boy Jermaine, back with another video. In this video, I got a Chevy Bolt here. This is an electric car, and right now I am doing what you do to an electric car. I'm charging it up really fast. Oh man, I have a lot to say about this car. This is one amazing car to drive right here. Now myself, I'm not a big car guy. A lot of times I am on an electric skateboard in the city doing my thing. I rent cars every once in a while, and I've rented a lot of gasoline cars, and this is the first all-electric car I've rented, and I must admit, I love this car. This car is so much fun to drive. I love the styling of this car. I think it looks really, really cool. I think it's a perfect car for this city. I think it's a great car for the city because of the size. You're able to parallel park in parking spots pretty easy. You're able to swerve in and out of traffic pretty easy. It's not a big car. You got plenty of space. I just really, really like the style of this car. I've been driving this car for a total of 5 days now. When I first got this car, it had a total of 6 miles on it, and now it has around 300 miles on it. And right here, I'm just charging it up at the electric charge station. I'm about 75% charged. Let's show you guys the inside of the Chevy Bolt. All right, now once inside, this steering wheel looks beautiful because it has all of these buttons here, and I just feel like I'm just ready to just blast off into space whenever I sit in this driver's seat. Cruise control buttons here like normal, and then you can control the radio here with these buttons. The car has a heated steering wheel. It just heats up and it feels really good on a chilly morning. You can just jump in the car and have a heated steering wheel. You can take your gloves off and stuff like that. And then here we have voice commands, and then over here we have some control buttons for the volume control right behind the steering wheel. And then all the controls here, I really like the fact that you can push down one of these buttons and the window goes straight down, and then you can just, one click once again and it goes all the way up. I really like this feature. It's just great to, it's great to have that whole one-touch feature, and then you can just stop it there and then you can bring it up, and you can just, I like that whole feature, especially when you're driving. Now here's the gauge cluster here. I'm just bouncing all over the place. I'm just super excited here. So here we go. We have 159 miles range. I have the minimum is 130 mile range. The max is 167. Now I could probably get this max if I drove like really, really slow, really conservatively, didn't take any hills, all flat surface, which that's probably not going to happen because I'm in San Francisco and there's hills everywhere. And then the minimum would be 130, which is not a lot of miles compared to the 156. But I'm not driving like that. I'm not going up the biggest hill, and I'm not going full speed up the biggest hill. So I guess I'm around the 159 mark. I really like this dash. It just gives you so much information when you're driving. It gives you like the kilowatt hours here when you are stepping on the brake or the car is decelerating. It shows you how much energy that the car is collecting here. Now here's this big, beautiful dash. Like, I love this. Like I say, as soon as you plug your iPhone up, right now I have Kodak Black playing on my iPhone, and when you go over to the screen, you can see here Kodak Black. This car also has heated seats too. The front are heated seats, just like so. I don't want the heated seats on right now because it is a warm day outside right now. This is another cool thing I like about the car is the heated seats. And over here we have some more controls. We have the Apple Maps here. And you can straight up bring Apple Maps on here. And this is the Apple Maps from my phone. So if I go in and type in an address, let's just type in this bar that I was at a couple days ago. So it'll give me directions just right here on the screen. This just makes it really, really easy when you're in traffic. A lot of times, especially food carriers, you have a map on your phone, but the map is on your phone and it's not in the car. But if you bring it up on Maps and you plug it into the Chevy Bolt, you'll bring up all the data here on the screen here. So this is really, really cool. Now, I don't want to go to Jack's bar. Let's just check out some of the energy on the car. So here's the energy levels here. And it just gives you detailed information about the energy used and the distance traveled. I've traveled 370 miles. And it even goes over climate settings. Today, I was definitely using the AC a lot more than other days. Today, I had the air conditioner on majority of the day, so I guess we used about 5%. In climate settings. Driving and accessories is about 95%. I do charge my phone in the car, but charging a phone does not really use a lot of electricity. Now let's go over some of the controls here. You can customize this however you want it. I have it set on this mode, Kodak Black, and then it shows the the battery wattage and stuff. And then there's like a option to add Bluetooth device. I'm not going to add any Bluetooth devices here. This car also has LTE, 4G LTE. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe this car has Wi-Fi. I could be totally wrong, but I believe this car does. I haven't figured out how to use it, but it's not exactly my car. I did rent this car through an app called Maven. Maven is this app that allows rideshare drivers to rent a car for a week to use with Uber, Lyft, Postmates, Caviar, TaskRabbit. You can pretty much use it with all of the sharing economy on-demand jobs. And it's a really, really cool app. And if you don't work in the sharing economy, and let's say you just want to rent a car for like a day or for a couple days or for a week, you don't necessarily have to be an Uber driver to rent a Maven car. You can definitely rent a Maven car. And I believe Maven is available in 10 cities throughout the U.S. So you can download the Maven app, and once you download the Maven app, you upload a credit card on file, very similar to Uber, and you check out the cars that are available in your area, and from there, you can request a car and go along your way. Maven app is really, really, really cool app. If the shoe fits, wear it. If the car fits, drive it. This car fits me very well. I'm like the right height, and it feels really good. And, this is a really fun ride to drive. Now, one thing I will point out is the seats here are they're old school. Now, I'm not big on mechanical seats. I think that's something that is not that big of a deal. Like, that's something that I could live without. But for some people, maybe that could be a big deal that you don't have power seats. I don't really just adjust my seats every day, so I don't need power seats. But this is one thing I thought I would throw out. Like, there are no power seats, yet there is a heated steering wheel. And there are a lot of other cool features in this car that don't exist on a lot of other cars. There are no powered seats in this car. You still got this thing, and you can go up and down. And you got these things on the side. You can go down and up, and you can push yourself up and down, and you got all this. You got these. When you put the Chevy Bolt in reverse, you have a backup screen. That's pretty normal. A lot of cars have that nowadays. But you also have this other screen, this whole 365 angle. As you can see, I am up against this wall here. This wall right here, it says private property. And I'm still trying to figure out how does this work, because it's not like there's a camera on top of the car. This almost looks like a drone view. It looks really cool, and you can even see the lines on the ground right here. As you can see, I'm not properly parked in this parking spot. So what about the back seat? Looks like there's plenty of room back here. It's nice and comfy. I got plenty of space. It's definitely it's roomy. It's roomy. And this is not bad. Another thing I must point out, another cool thing about this car that does not exist in a lot of cars, is the back seats both have heated back seats. So yes, you can get some heated action back here. Like, how awesome is that? Heated back seats. Now, I imagine if you're buying a car like this, you're probably not going to spend too much time in the back seat, but the back seat is still worth mentioning. There's this nice little armrest in the middle with two cup holders. You can, sit back and chill and have your warm coffee sitting there, or tea, or Coca-Cola, or maybe even bottled water. What's wrong with bottled water, right? Another cool feature on the Chevy Bolt is the rear view mirror. This rear view mirror is super cool. Now this looks like a normal rear view mirror, and for the most part it is a normal rear view mirror. When you look through this mirror, you can see yourself, you can see your reflection, you can wave your hand, you can even see my hand on camera here. It's a real mirror. However, there's a button under here. Once you pull this forward, the rear view mirror turns into a rear view camera, and right out there is the parking lot that I'm sitting in. The back of this car has a camera that is live right here on the rear view screen. How cool is that? Parking lot, rear view camera. I know someone's curious about the trunk space, so let's check out the trunk space. There's plenty of space back here. Whenever you raise the trunk, this thing raises up with it. You can undo it here, just like so. You have plenty of space back here, but there's more space. You can lift this up and you can stash things under here, or you can leave this up like so. And if you leave it up, you still have plenty of space to let the trunk down without, you know, this thing popping up in the back and letting everyone know that you have something of value back there. Or you can always just leave this thing down low. Whatever this is, it's really, really, really light. So there we have it. This is the trunk. So what is it like driving the Bolt? Well, there's two modes. There's the drive mode here. You would just press this button down. You would go into drive. Now you're in the normal drive mode. Now if you want something a little bit more, you just go drive L. So now I am in the drive L mode, and in the drive L mode, it kind of reminds me of driving a stick shift. It's a really nice drive when you're pulling up to a red light and your foot never touches the brake. It's really nice. This way you can save a lot more energy. I'm a huge fan of the L drive mode in the Chevy Bolt. If you are driving in the city and you are just stuck in traffic and you know that you're not going anywhere, that's the perfect mode to drive on. Because what it does is, as soon as you take your foot off of the gas, it automatically starts charging the battery. You can feel the car decelerate. And you can drive without putting your foot on the brake. I was talking about this earlier, and the L drive mode is a really, really great drive mode to drive if you're driving in heavy traffic and rush hour traffic downtown in the city, that sort of thing. My final conclusion, 2018 Chevy Bolt. Have to say, I like this one. Now, I must admit, this is a really, really fun car to drive. I enjoy so much driving the Chevy Bolt. I love the fact that it's electric. I love the fact that it's small. I love the fact that this car is equipped with some really, really awesome features at a decent price. Some of these features you can't even find in cars that cost $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. Chevy Bolt. This is a car I will definitely be renting in the future. It's so much fun to drive. It's all electric. It's clean energy. Clean everything. It's really quiet. It's fast. You don't have to worry about going to a gas station. Another thing that I was told, the tires, you don't have to worry about like changing out the tires if you have a flat, because if you run over something in the street, the tires will automatically like reinflate themselves somehow. So there's no spare tire in the back. You guys may have noticed that in the back there's no spare tire, because these tires are like puncture proof. Like if you puncture it, like something will like come out and seal it up. I'm unfamiliar with it, but it's something along those lines. But yeah, but for the most part, gosh, this car is so much fun to drive. And if you guys want to test out one of these, download the Maven app. Maybe Maven is in your area. You can use this car to do deliveries with Uber, Postmates, Caviar, Lyft. You can make all sorts of money with this car, and you can also just rent it just for the day and just rent it normally. But anyway, just wanted to wrap this video up. I want to talk about the Chevy Bolt. What an amazing car to drive. What an amazing car to drive. Also, if you're in California, you get one of these so you can drive in the carpool lane, and you can also save a little bit of money and a lot of extra time in one of these. But for now, thanks a lot for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, yo, and keep it EV.